Okay, so welcome Uwe Nickel from Como Digital Life. So maybe first question, so could you introduce yourself and Como Digital Life? Because I'm sure that a lot of people, although you were there last year, don't know yet exactly what Como is doing. And that you are also a Luxembourg fintech company.
Good evening. My name is Uwe Nickel. I'm the CTO of Como Digital Life. I'm representing here the company. We are an in-house banking as a service platform, and we are offering our banking services together with FX and Treasury, and yeah, it's basically everything what we are doing at the moment. Coming, yeah, what to say more about it? It's more about treasury and the.
You are regulated, so by the CSF,
we are
so
regulated here.
You can open
CSSF,
accounts for.
Absolutely, you can open normal current accounts with us, as well as also then managing your virtual banking.
And maybe a technical question in terms of technologies. What is the technologies behind Como?
The technology behind this, SAP Banking. So we are running our platform on an SAP Cloud for Banking environment. So that's basically.
But basically, you can, let's say,
we
interface
can scale
with any
everything. We are cloud-based, so we are not somehow depending on some, let me say, old-style server in-house banking software.
You talk to many treasurers, and not only to treasurers, also to banks and financial institutions across Europe. So despite all the tools on the market, and we had the tech day in November, so we know that there are many solutions around treasury beyond the TMSs. So what are the most significant friction you still see in 25 or quasi 26 now?
Most likely the manual reconciliation. Of course, also anything which is related to AML automation. So these are the, let me say, more the tricky parts for companies as well. Basically, for us as a bank, we want to reduce the let me say, the impact of the payments which are coming through us, and that's why we are more going towards AI.
But do you agree that you have also a fragmentation, let's say a myriad of solutions, because we don't have one solution, we have different solutions, and the fact that we have also growing pressures because of the market pressures, the C-level, the auditors, the external auditors are making more pressure. So it's also something that...
You have no income on that, you have more costs on that, and that's why we're more building on this automation, so that you can better use your money.
Okay, and we've just heard from the market side, investment, product, and FX protection. Where does embedded banking, because you talk about embedded banking and in-house banking as a service, fit into that picture? So what problem does it solve that classic bank product cannot sort out?
Yeah. Normally, companies, also not only local-based companies, also international companies, they are facing this friction over all these countries. They need to have everywhere bank accounts. They need to manage it. It's super complicated. You're running everywhere. Your bank accounts, you cannot manage it really. You have no transparency over all your money everywhere. So in that case, coming back to this in-house banking is then giving you the solution to monitor and build that into your in-house banking. You manage it together with us. You are running, you see it, you see everywhere your cash balances, is everything aggregated, you can manage it, you can use FX, if we are already talking about FX. And of course, treasury is then, let me say, easier to manage because you have this transparency over all these bank accounts without that you need to log into, I would say, 27 different banking systems, including Lux Trust here and Multiline. So that's basically.
So yeah, you're also using Swift as a...
Oh, absolutely.
We
are also a member in Swift, and we have our own Swift gateway. So we are also not having this huge dependency on other service providers. So that is
Okay. And in terms of, let's say, problem you see in Luxembourg, so a lot of companies could be, at the limit, so where they would like to invest in a TMS, so you could be a sort of alternative to investing in a genuine or classic TMS, which could be a bit, let's say, scaring some people because of the cost or the size. There's the impression that it could be oversized. So is it?
But I can question it also the other way.
Yeah.
What are the costs on their side at the moment to do everything here locally? Cannot grow, having all these huge costs, manual everything. So that's basically the
And
question.
in terms of KYC, could you share your KYC? Is it, for example, a quite heavy and an administrative burden for corporates? Is it possible to share your KYCs with the other banks and benefit from your network?
Absolutely. So we are building on of course, with a human touch. We need always to be careful. We are in the EU, but with an AI-driven, but local model. We need to say that here in the EU. Local model. So to automate already this whole KYC process to allow us to filter out everything. What could be a friction, and in that case, it gives our KYC team way better evaluation of the risk of a customer, or then also for the AML team is the same topic, gives way better information.
And we are in Luxembourg. You know that we have a majority of corporate treasurers in our association, but you have also other stakeholders in Luxembourg. I'm thinking about the family offices, the funds, the alternative funds, or the managed services, or some small financial institutions. So your solution could also, let's say, be a solution for these different institutions.
Absolutely. So they can manage all these different funds, all these different companies, what they are having under their hood. So it's absolutely it's scalable. So easy to access, easy to manage. Absolutely.
Okay, so the idea is to have easy access, to simplify and to reduce the cost, I guess.
Automate.
Okay,
And
automate.
So at the end, it's all about treasury automation. So when you have all your reconciliation for pay-ins, also payouts, etc., you can basically set up rules based on your best practices, and the system will automatically execute them. If there's friction, there is an alert, you will have the chance to interfere, to resolve it, so it is manageable.
Could we say that you are orchestrating the
Absolutely.
relationship with the
That
different banks?
at the end, you're orchestrating the payment stream, pay in and pay out.
Okay. And we talk also very often with some banks, because it's not offered by all the banks, about the virtual IBAN and also the virtual account. Could you talk about that? It's something that you also propose to your customers?
Yeah, good. As in Luxembourg, we have a special case here. The CSSF always refuses to use the term virtual IBANs, but for us, virtual IBAN is basically the term which we have to use, and hopefully we will also influence it a little bit.
So.
Yeah, but you know how they are. So basically for us, it is you have your master account and you're managing everything within your different virtual account structures. You can set it up. You can set up your rules. You can leverage in between, sweeping the money in between these different entities and all this. So that's basically the...
and you can also have virtual account. You can aggregate some accounts.
Absolutely. The
division,
aggregation is
per
automatically.
Product. Okay.
So through that structure, you have automatically the aggregation.
Okay, good. And the buzzword of the year was AI, what they call artificial intelligence. I prefer augmented intelligence. But from you, let's say, vantage point, where does AI actually create value in treasury today and beyond the hype? Because we always talk about that, but I'm still, let's say, looking for case studies, and so we still have limited uses. Where do you see the market going?
I think that first of all, we need to open up our mind about it and remove a little bit all this fear about that we are sharing too much data, because at the end, we are using this. Sorry, but you're sharing more data with this than with your bank accounts. So, first of all, AI is more there to help us analyze things and to see it more from an holistic view, which we do not have as humans. Sorry, we are too much blocked with all these views, with all these burdens in our head, when we are checking all these incomes, outgoing payments, etc. Already talking before about KYC, about AML, etc. You can use it to basically neutralize it a little bit, that you have a second employee which is already monitoring and filtering for you upfront the information. It is not about that you're sharing with someone else this information. You can have local models. You don't need a huge data center with Google, with AWS. That is not necessary. But the point is, with AI, you can enable your in-house banking, your in-house treasury to leverage the risks that you're running short on your accounts, on your projects, whatever you're managing, because they are earlier monitoring and earlier warning you about it, then you basically will see it.
Yeah. When you say AI and careful AI, so what do you mean? So what the board, the C-level, the CFO should care about? So when it comes to AI, because
first of all,
it could do everything, but we know that it won't.
So of course, everyone knows about ChatGPT, Anthropic, the other companies.
Cloud, Perplexity. Name them.
Okay, Perplexity. Okay, that is a different beast. I would also be careful with them. But in general, we have only American companies driven in this market. Then we have on the other side the Chinese, which are very much pressuring into the market with open source models. Nice, but so now comes one European company, Mistral, unfortunately also already bought by some Americans. So I think that we should more encourage European companies to go more into the AI market, so that we are also running under the EU regulation and AI, which is helping us without that we are polluting any data into some models, into some companies where we don't have any touch base anymore, or that you can grab anymore your data. So, but this is also leading me to this part. You have the possibilities nowadays to run your local models in a data center for a relative okay price, without that you need to buy, sorry to say that, but you don't need a data center to buy, to run an AI. You can literally buy nowadays for $4,000 an NVIDIA Spark, and this is already doing magic for you and filtering out what you need. You just need to train it. Yeah. That's all.
Are you developing some agents like SAP? You mentioned SAP. We that in 100 agents. So are you developing something like Joule?
We are, but we are not using the AI agents which SAP is developing. We are running our own development. So we are using, sorry, we are using some local models which we have identified to help us, basically filtering what we need, also in AML, in KYC, as well as also in managing those frictions in treasury.
Okay, and you said again between banks, corporates, fiduciary, fintech, funds, or family office or managed services. So from that vantage point, so what will distinguish the leading treasurers in say, let's say 2027, in 2 years, from those that are still struggling with the data or the data lakes?
Oh, hopefully they will run into our doors and sign.
For you. Yeah. Okay, and maybe a last question. So, if you were the group treasurer in the audience, and knowing that in Luxembourg we have from mid-cap and SMEs up to extremely large multinational companies, even having worldwide treasury centers in Luxembourg. So, for this group treasurer, so what would you stop, or double down in 26? What is your recommendation, maybe?
Absolutely, automation.
Yeah, automation.
Automation, but just imagine automation, not anymore that you have some dumb, I'm sorry for my words, bad English, idiotic in and out process. I'm really talking about AI-driven logic thinking model, which is giving you the input and the output, everything, what you need to monitor, to monetize, and to reduce your own risk. Because at the end, you're running always with the same budgets or even tighter budgets every year, and at the end, you're losing money because you're literally every year doing the same job, you're the same time running around and trying to resolve issues which you literally can give to someone who is never going home at 5 o'clock and is not sick.
Yeah. Okay, but I guess that one of the best recommendation, because I know that the project is quite complex and quite vast, would be to go on with your website. So you have many information on your website.
Yep.
You produce a lot of content to educate the market and to share you quite, let's say, forward-looking vision of the future of technology in treasury, but not only in treasury, also in banking. And you would like to disrupt a bit the market, so I really appreciate that. So, and again, if you want to know more about Como, the best thing is to talk to Uwe or the colleagues who are there tonight. I guess there are some, and maybe to certainly ask for a demo to better understand the products. Any question for Uwe or view about the future?
No, it's too much AI.
No questions? Hi, we have a question, sir.
You talked about AI agents for KYC and cases with friction in treasury. What other areas of treasury
Is most likely the pay-in and the pay-out part when you need to balance out and sweeping the money in between the projects, especially. Also, we see that these models are then giving earlier an alert if you're running short on such events, then actually you would, as a human, see, because they're running way faster forwards in simulating the data than. Okay, a good accountant could do that for sure, but how many? Sorry, we are humans. That's why.
Okay, thanks a lot. It's time to close this session. So, but again, if you have any questions, so Uwe will stay with us for the drinks. So do not hesitate to come and to learn more about Como Digital.